So yeah, obviously it's been like a bit of a whirlwind, like 12 months. Now you're like going to be set up to be the replacement on ADCC. How's that feel? A bit strange, or?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's just like I wasn't planning it at all. Like it's been a weird year. Like even the trials, it weren't long after I had a kid, which is why I did 99. Didn't cut anywhere. I just went over at like 92. Didn't really have any expectations at all. Just went over to have a laugh, really. Obviously the tournament ended up going pretty well. I got silver, and then people just kept tagging me and like to get called in as a reserve, and I just went with the flow basically, and now I've ended up a reserve. So yeah, hopefully I get a call and I can have a crack at it as well.
Definitely, it's a bit unreal because it's like, you know, you're here living in Hull, which is a kind of a quiet, small part of England, and then you're potentially going to be fighting on like the biggest show in jiu-jitsu in Las Vegas. It's like a pretty big change, isn't it?
It's mental. It's like I just train with my mates as well. It's like I train hard, I train every day, but I am just training with people that I teach. Like 90% of my training partners are just my blue belts. But I'm in a good place, and I genuinely feel like my training's going really well, and we're mixing it up with a few more clubs around the area. And I have got some good sparring partners now, and I genuinely am. I'm feeling better all the time. I'm looking forward to everything that's coming up.
Like you said, you're just like training with your mates and stuff. Do you ever sit back and kind of like look back and be like, wow, like, how did I get here? You know, I'm just been training with my friends and whatnot, and now I'm having all this success, or do you kind of not have the time yet to look back at it?
I've not, I've literally not even I've not looked into it. It's almost one thing after the other at the minute, and I'm just, like I've said from day one, when I started working with like progress and that my gym's my priority, and it still is. I'm just building a gym and I'm just training, and I'm doing exactly what I'm asking everyone else to do in the gym, and I'm kind of just enjoying that. I'm showing that what I'm asking them to do works at a good level as well.
Yeah. Like you said, like there's been a lot one after the other, because you have ADCC potentially, and then you have that big match with Josh Injur on Polaris. You got a few other super matches coming up, super fights. Is there anything where like you kind of want to slow down and switch to the gym, or is it more just as long as you're having fun, you're going to keep taking these matches?
It's like I'm going to have this. I've got like a decent block from now through to like the 16th of October. Is pretty busy in terms of teaching, training, and competition. After that, I think there may be a Polaris in November, maybe. But other than that, I think that's me for the year. So then I'm going to I'm teaching a lot and putting a lot of effort into my coaching anyway. But I think it'd be nice November, December to kick back a little bit, just coach, work on some things technically, but at a very steady pace. Enjoy Christmas, and then next year I'm probably just gonna slow it down a little bit in terms of I just want big matches next year. So I don't mind if I only fight 4 times in a year. I just want 4 really good matches. And ADCC is actually going to be a focus now, because now that I've realised I've got so close, if I don't get called in, I actually really want to do it now, and I really want to have a crack at that. When 6 months ago ADCC wasn't even an aim, it was just I go and compete because I like the rule set, and we've ended up almost on it now. So
is it the rule set that really like pulls you in to want to kind of go further with it, or is it the stage? Because it is the Olympics of jiu-jitsu. It's like the biggest event, most eyes on it.
It's a bit of both. Like I love the rule set. I love the way the rules almost force people into more scrambles and wrestling. I love that style of grappling anyway. But then at the same time, for it to be such a big event and such a big occasion, and for it to be in Las Vegas, just everything about it really.
Yeah.
It's like what I'm doing it for.
Big time. I think especially this one now is like in Las Vegas, going to be the biggest ADCC ever. Like so much more eyes on it. I can see why like top grapplers such as yourself kind of like get pulled into it more and more. And like kind of going back to the gym a little bit off of that back of that, is that something that you see like a long-term goal of trying to get one of your students on the ADCC and kind of get your guys on the big shows, kind of move in that direction?
Like I think our style in the gym is perfect for ADCC. So I think it's very good that the biggest tournament in grappling is ADCC. It's my gym's predominantly no-gi. We have no-gi every single day of the week, morning and evening. We only have a few gi classes a week, a couple of MMA classes a week. So like the biggest focus in our gym is grappling. So I think it's great for our gym that our style is so suited towards the biggest tournament in the sport. We've had 4 people already on Grapple Fest, which is a good show. So like my next aim is to push some of them onto Polaris, so to take them onto that next level, and then from there, obviously ADCC is the end goal in terms of grappling. So
Yeah,
for me, I'd love to get someone on that stage.
definitely.
All right, Paul. Mo's just rang us and said that one of the lads can't get a visa, so I'm in now, mate.